And we are aging, and we need to embrace it and be who we really are.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is my 4th episode in my Fierce Aging series for 2020, and I have Kimberly in the studio all the way from Minneapolis. She's 53 years old, and I was so excited to create really a beautiful classic look for her using my classic palette. All the products I'm using are ones that I used in my everyday makeup look. So this is a really great way to see it on somebody in their 50s and how I applied it to her. And she has a really interesting story from going from corporate, going gray when she was at the end of her career in corporate, and then being an entrepreneur as a voiceover actor. So it's really nice to be able to create this for her. I'm so privileged that you ladies are coming into the studio from all over the country and allowing me to do makeup and showcasing your beauty to my whole audience. So ladies, let's get this beauty started. You're 53 now. Were you 52 when you started going gray? Or decided to just let it go?
I toyed with it a few years ago, but I was about 52.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were saying that your hair was straight. You used to her hair is curly, but she used to flat iron it. And then what happened?
I got tired of the frizziness, and that too was so much work. And, a little bit of humidity or any rain, it would just, back to a big frizz ball. Or a chia pet, I used to call myself. But once you find the right product, there's a curly girl method that is quite popular. And the right product with curly hair is key, because then you can section your curls off and control it a little bit better.
Well, this is really important because you ladies are always asking about gray hair and having curly hair. And it's a very specialized kind of sector in our gray hair world. So tell us one secret when it comes to keeping your curls looking intact and pretty. Is there a product that you can share with the ladies?
Well, it depends on your curl type. Okay. So I'm more of a wavy, loose curl, but I get kinkier curls back here. So finding the right product is a lot of trial and error. I must have about 20 bottles of product at home. Sorry, honey. But I have a leave-in conditioner that I have to use because my hair is coarse. And then there's a curling styler and a gel. Those are the 3 key pieces. And then there's no parabens, no silicones, and sulfates. So there's no lather in your shampoo.
Right. And what product are you using? What brand?
Right now it's a New York Curl. That's a shampoo. And then I use a Kinky Curly Knot Today for a conditioner. And then the gel there's a million different gels, but I use a BioTerra gel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's really good tips for our curly hair
fun.
ladies.
It's fun. It's challenging. Good days and bad days. Okay. You don't have to wash your hair every week, once a week.
Oh. Starting off with our makeup tutorial, I'm going to prime Kimberly's face first. And I have new product that was sent to me from H2O Plus. You might remember from my video with Beth recently when we did the Get to Know Me. This was my first job when I was 15 working for H2O Plus. So I was really excited when they sent me these products, and they're made in Japan. They're clean beauty, and this is a really interesting priming water essence. So it's going to hydrate Kimberly's face first and prep it for the serum that we're going to do. And it's going to be easier for her to just use it on her face. With the essence, you're going to just pour it into your hand, and you kind of just press it into the skin. So I thought it would be easier for her to do that before we do the primer. Yeah, press it into the skin. Nice little hydration.
Even the eyes.
Yeah, you can go around.
Oh, it feels good.
I thought so with Minnesota skin.
Yes, can you hear this?
Yeah. When I say tall drink of water, it really is one for Kimberly today. She is having a little parched skin. And then I'm going to use the Hydrating Oasis Moisture Replenishing Serum. It has amino acids in it. This is really, really nice. I loved how it just soaks right into the skin. I'm just going to use my foundation brush before I do everything. And we'll just put this on. All right, so now that our face is primed, nice and moisturized, this is going to help with our foundation going on really nice. And we were just talking about when you have parched skin, when your skin's really, really dry, it makes you look older. Your foundation looks like it's just cracking, it's not hydrated. That's like a really important step, especially going in from the cold into the heat and kind of doing that whole process every day. That's why I love serums and I love mists on the face constantly. I'm going to be using my Essential Makeup Brush Kit. This is 8 essential makeup brushes that'll easily be able to help you put on your makeup, from your eyeshadow, your eye primer, to your foundation. So I'm going to first use my concealer brush, and I'm going to use, of course, my eye and lip primer, which is something that I always start with. And I'm going to prime Kimberly's eyes. Now, this is really important. With every makeup application that I do, you're going to see a nice thin sheer veil of this eye primer on the eye. This is going to just neutralize out any darkness. It's going to prime the eye for the eyeshadow. It's going to last all day. You can use your finger. You can use the concealer brush. All right, so you're gonna see her left eye is primed. Her right eye is not primed. So this is a really nice eye primer because it's going to give you a nice powdery finish. If you use too much of it, if you go too heavy, it's going to move all around. You just want a very nice sheer veil, so it'll dry like a nice powder, and then you will be ready and set for your eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with our Bottled Blonde. This is a palette I wear every single day. It is my go-to. I feel very confident with it. I just love how it just gives me just enough sheen. So this palette does have a sheen. It is not matte, ladies. There is no issue with being a woman of age and wearing a sheen. It brings your eyes to life. Now, if you're worried about if you have very crepey eyes and what have you, you might want to just tone it down, use a matte, but you can pop the lid a little bit with a sheen. So I don't want you to be afraid of that. That's something that is a beauty rule that needs to be broken. You don't have to have matte as we age. I think it looks beautiful. I'm using my eyeshadow brush. I'm just gonna go into the middle color here, and these are highly pigmented, so you wanna be careful. You don't wanna go crazy and add too much product to the brush. You just wanna add just enough. And then I'm going to place this eyeshadow on Kimberly's eye. I'm going to show you how I do that. I don't go back and forth so the product goes everywhere. I'm literally placing it where I want to be on the lid, so it looks very natural. So what I'm doing is I'm applying it to the actual lid. I'm not going too high. I don't want it to be too high right now. I just want to get it on the lid and really blend it out. Now this is just the middle color. Sometimes I'll just use the middle color and I'm out the door. Sometimes if I'm going out for, dinner, or if I want a little bit more definition, I will put the darker color on. I'm gonna take the darkest color with my blending brush, and I'm just gonna work this in a little bit of a triangle on the outside of the eye. Remember too, I haven't put any concealer or foundation on for a reason, because I wanna clean up underneath the eye area so nothing falls down on my perfect foundation, my skin that I have just perfected. So eyes are first, and then I'll go into the foundation. So you see, I'll just apply a little bit of the eyeshadow here in the corners. This really blends so nicely with this palette. Is just so beautiful. It just looks so just nice and sheer, and it just gives a little bit of extra sophistication when you're adding in a little bit of this darker color.
This is one of my favorite tips, is doing the eyes without the foundation after.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to just take the lightest color and just go right underneath the brow bone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deviate a little bit and take my taupe skinny brow pencil, and I'm going to go and define her brows. I want to kind of see what we're doing with our brows. They're light, but they're very nice. You have a nice shape to them. So all I'm doing is kind of giving a little bit of definition. I'm not going too dark, but you can see here on the lateral, she gets a little bit thinner. So this is really nice when you have a taupe pencil that matches her brows, and you're just giving a little extra definition. You're not going too hard. too much, you have a spoolie on the other end, you can brush through, and it really just completes the eye look.
Is taupe a good color for women going gray in general?
Yeah, I think this looks real. I think the taupe really looks nice with yours because it's not adding a darkness. It's just giving you definition.
Mm-hmm.
So ladies, you can see that she didn't have really an arch in this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just following her hair, and I'm going to give a little bit where she would have an arch, right? I'm just lifting it a little bit. Still looks very natural. Bringing it down where her eye ends. I'm just bringing it down a little bit. And if you feel like you put a little too much on, the spoolie is going to be your best friend. So I'm just giving her a little bit more brow in this lateral area, just completing the brow. So I'm going to be using the Brow Fix in Blonde. This is beautiful because it has a round applicator and it's going to pick up just enough hair. So if you have gray hairs, it's going to coat them. We have a couple different colors, but this is going to be nice because it's just going to give her a little extra on her brows, keep them up, keep them groomed, and give her some really pretty color. I'm going to be taking my waterproof chocolate brown. This is a pencil that I love using on a daily basis. I use it a lot this is my classic look, like I said. So this is one of my classic pencils. It's ultra creamy and it's not going to move. And this is the technique that I like to apply the eyeliner in, especially as we age, that you really want it to be right in that lash line. You want it to thicken up the lashes. She has blue eyes. This is going to really pop her eyes. And you're going to see the technique that I do. So just look down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go right where her lashes start. So you can see when you can feel it. Do you feel like where I am on your lid? Like right there. So you're going to create a beautiful eyeliner, but it's not going to look heavy or thick. And if you feel like you can't apply eyeliner correctly, you will not make a mistake with this. It's literally foolproof. Just look down, don't close. The key is you can see that you can just wiggle it in and move down. So if you feel like your eyes get dry or you can't, use the pencil for that long on the eyelid area, just do little strokes and just keep moving it down. All right, so you're gonna see, look into this camera here, you're gonna see where I did this beautiful liner and it's just in that lash line. It's just right in her lashes. So it looks really pretty, really defined, and it just brings her eyes to life. I just love this technique because it just looks so just natural and pretty, but you're not overdoing it. If you want to do a little bit of smudging on the lash line, you can take the smudge brush. This is just a dense brush that is going to be a little bit more of a bristles in this area. And you can just go and just smudge it up a little bit. So it kind of gives you a softer look if you don't want to have just such a definitive line. I like both ways. Yeah, it's pretty. Now I'm going to just take a little bit of the dark chocolate and go underneath the eye. I want to balance it out a little bit. I want it to just look that it's defined, not too much. Again, I kind of skip around. I don't do a really heavy line. And then I'll go back and I can use the smudging brush and just kind of give it a nice polished look. I'm going to just take a baby wipe. Sometimes I'll take the Almay pads to the eye makeup remover pads and just clean up underneath the eye area. But this is going to just, anything that's any fallout, any of the eyeshadow, I'm just nicely cleaning it up. And I'm going to use a really nice eye lift on Kimberly's eyes. This is a gel from Ever. This is a nice gel eye hydrator. I just want to do a little bit before I put on that concealer. Just a little bit in this area. If you feel like you're dehydrated, it's nice to do this before you put the concealer on. Or the highlighter, just kind of tone correcting. So if you have any redness underneath the eye area, you're gonna see that this is a corrector, this is a brightener. So it's a little bit of a peachy color to combat any of that darkness, redness So I like to put it up right into this area here where we get dark. Underneath, you can see she has a little bit of discoloration underneath. This is just gonna go on right before I do her concealer. I'm gonna take our concealer brush and I'm just gonna work this into the skin. What's nice about this product is that it's hydrating. It's not going to look cakey on the skin. It's going to be a nice sheer veil of color correction before you put on your concealer. Now I'm going to take our Buffed Cool. This is our concealer wheel. You have 3 different colors that you can customize each morning for your face. Maybe you're darker in some areas, maybe you're lighter in some areas. I really like being able to customize and to give my skin like the perfect concealer. This is going to be a nice creamy concealer. Again, you don't need tons of it. I'm also going to do a little bit of a upside down triangle. I like doing that because I like to highlight the face. I want the face to look really natural, but also look like it is coming alive and being very, just even toned. And I like doing that in this eye area. Oops, sorry. I'm going to use 2 different color HD foundations. I want to warm up Kimberly's skin a little bit, but I don't want it to be too much coverage. So I'm just going to do a little pump of the HD foundation. This is a nice liquid foundation. It is my foundation. I don't sell it online as of right now because I find it to be very hard to match your color, your skin tone on a computer. So for the ladies that come into the studio, they can color match, but online right now, I don't think that it's like the best thing to do. So with the foundation, I'm going to take it on the skin and I'm going to gradually pull it down on the neck. So again, we don't stop right at the jawline. You want to come down and nicely blend it together. It's not like you're taking foundation and just applying it to your neck. You want the face and the neck to be the same tone, and that's how I create that, is by taking it down from the jawline down on the neck so it all nicely blends together. Now Kimberly is very light and I am matching her face and her neck so she has a nice even tone. I'm not making her darker so everything is dark and then it's light. That's not realistic. So we're going to make her face come alive with a pop of beautiful lips. We're going to do some beautiful cheeks. We're going to do the mascara now. And that's the idea. You get a nice even tone to your skin. You don't want to change your skin too much because then it's not realistic. Yes, I mean, just like I'm very fair, you're fair, but you don't want to darken your skin where you feel like this, I don't look like myself. Right. You want to enhance your beauty. You don't want to change your beauty. And that's basically what I like to do, is just really pop the cheeks and the lips. We're going to go into the mascara. This is my mascara that's coming out. It's the Intense Mascara, so it's volume and curl. Really nice for sensitive eyes, anyone that wears contacts. It's going to be really beautiful black. It's going to just give you that open-dyed look. I'm going to have Kimberly first curl her lashes with an eyelash curler. This is a very nice creamy mascara. Again, base of the lashes, wiggle out, and then to the tips. Another nice tip, not necessary, but I like to do this for anyone that has redness on the inner waterline or wants to make their eyes look bigger, brighter, more awake. I have a nude waterline pencil. You can also use this for the brow highlight. What I do is I take this pencil and I go just right in the waterline. So any of that redness when you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I have redness. It's just my eyes don't look awake. I look really tired. This is a really easy tip or trick. And so many, you'll see this a lot now that I mentioned it, and like all the celebrities do this for photo shoots. Just really takes out any of this redness. And it's a very simple step. So you can do the nude, or you can do a white pencil. It just depends on what your preference is. I like to use cream. I'm very big fan of cream blushes. This is a duo too, so you can use it on your lips. So a lot of us that are, more, we want to be simple. You can use this for a little color in your lips and on your cheeks, but I love the dewiness. I love how you can see the skin through, especially as we're aging. Like less is more, and I really think that the cream just looks pretty. It's easy to apply. You can apply it with your fingers. You just tap it on. You see me a lot in my videos using it, and it just really brings the skin alive. So I'm going to use Palm Beach, and this is exactly how I'm going to use it. I'm just going to tap in. I'm going to have you smile. And I'm going to just use it on the apples and bring it up. I think it gives a very beautiful, healthy glow to the skin. And I think it looks like you aren't wearing makeup. That's what I love about it. So you're getting a really pretty glow that looks natural. You can use as much or as little as you want, but I just think it looks so beautiful on everyone.
And it doesn't feel like you're using a lot.
No, and it really has a nice payoff. Smile. So just on the apples and bring it back. So it looks like if you just ran a mile, like this is where you naturally would flush. I'm going to be using Graceful. It's a waterproof lip liner. I'm going to just define Kimberly's lips. And I have two different lipsticks that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you first the FBS, which stands for Fresh Beauty Studio. I love this lipstick because it's high gloss, it's extra creamy, moisturizing, but it's a really beautiful lip color, like a natural lip color. And then I have Beauty Reinvented that I seem to be wearing a lot lately, and I just love this just for a little bit more of a bump in a deeper color, not super bright, not super dark, a really beautiful, sophisticated look with this palette that we're using. So I'm going to just go right from the tube since this is going to be Kimberly's lipstick. It's pretty. It's really nice, pretty color. And if I wanted to just pop it a little bit too, she can use this by itself. Pink Lady is a really nice long lasting lip gloss. It's just going to bump it up just a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit in the middle of the lip and then just a little bit on the top. This is really nice. If she's going out, she wants to have a little bit more of a pop to the lip, or she can wear it alone. Now, of course, I can't do a makeup application without lashes. So we're gonna do our Adele lashes, the 420s. I find them to be the most natural. And I love natural looking false lashes. They don't look shiny, they don't look fake, they look perfect and beautiful. And they are not hard to apply. They have this invisible band. So you don't have a really thick band. Very pretty, they're nicely arched, called Naked Lashes. You feel okay?
Yeah, it feels different. I've never worn them before, so this is...
So look in this camera here. Like, they're so pretty. These are nice. These are a little bit more curled than normal, but they look so... They're so pretty. Oh, it's so... I honestly need to buy stock of these lashes. I'm like, I just love them.
And then how do you take them off?
Taking these off are very simple. Basically, you're going to just want to find, this is the easiest way, I think. So you can take it with your fingers, find the longest lash that's the actual fake lash, and it just, when you just peel it off, if you feel any resistance, relax. You can use a little eye makeup remover if you want to, but it's just Eye Duo. It's a latex glue, and it's like rubber cement.
Okay.
It just comes right off. It's not, this is the only thing you should be using around your eyes, by the way. There's sometimes when there's a little glue you can see above the lash, I just take a Q-tip that's pointed and I'll just go above it and I just kind of, just take it off. All right, so I'm going to show Kimberly what her just sophisticated look that she could wear every day looks like, and we'll see what she thinks.
Oh, wow. I love it. Yeah, that's great. I love the lashes.
They look pretty,
Yeah.
don't they?
And that's a nice color, the lip color. Yeah.
I'm going to take my Beauty Reinvented and I'm going to just place this on the lips. Also, again, highly moisturizing, high gloss, very pretty. A little bit darker for her, but not too deep. All right, so we'll see what you think about the Beauty Reinvented.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Doesn't it look
I would
pretty?
never select a color like that. Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's just in the same, you were pulling the whole color or the whole palette together, but we're not going too outside of being too deep, right? Or too bright and light, right? So you're
Right.
kind of in that, you're still in that neutral but darker look. And I think it just kind of makes, you have a feature. You're featuring
Yeah.
your lips, but your eyes definitely go with it with the lashes.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Thank you.
So ladies, that is a classic look that Kimberly can wear at 53 and feel really confident and feel really beautiful, but not overdoing it. We're not putting tons and tons of makeup on. We're not trying to recreate her beauty. We're really just reinventing it and making it look absolutely gorgeous. And how do you feel?
Fantastic. It was a lot of fun just to get a new look. Yeah, I love it.
Good, I'm glad. So ladies, until my next video, I'll see you later.